Now, scientists apparently might be a step closer to finding life in space. Well, maybe. They have identified a planet in the so-called Goldilocks zone. That means it's not too hot and not too cold. It has the right temperature, therefore, to support life as we know it, and water vapour in its atmosphere. But there's no chance of launching a mission to check out for sure because it is 111 light years away from Earth. Helen Smith reports.
Ignition sequence start.
We have booster ignition and liftoff.
Why do humans explore space?
It's one small step for man.
Do we want to learn about our past, our future, or if we are indeed alone in the universe? We may be a step closer to knowing, as scientists have confirmed they've found water vapour around a potentially habitable planet. K2-18b has both an atmosphere and the right temperature to support life.
We are delighted to present to you the first discovery of water vapour.
The team behind it say while exciting, finding life is by no means guaranteed.
This particular planet is ticking all the boxes. It doesn't mean that it's good or habitable for us human beings, because, for instance, we have found also that there's still a lot of hydrogen in the atmosphere, and hydrogen is not necessarily something that we will be comfortable with as human beings.
K2-18b was first spotted in 2015. It's an exoplanet, meaning it's outside our solar system. It's around 111 light years away from Earth. To put that in context, 1 light year is just shy of 6 trillion miles away. It's what's called a super-Earth, meaning it's around 8 times the mass of our planet and around double the size. It's so far away, researchers haven't actually been able to see it directly. Instead, they've examined how starlight is filtered through the planet's atmosphere as it orbits around its own star. But what's it actually like? Well, we're not entirely sure. The water content could be anything from around 0.01% to 50%, which means it could have anything from a very rocky surface to one primarily covered by a thick sheet of ice.
The discovery was made analysing data collected by the Hubble Space Telescope. It's being replaced in 2021, unlocking new possibilities for scientists.
With a much bigger picture, more complete picture of what's the constituent atmospheres of these planets, then we'll have a much better idea of what's going on, whether you're interested in life or whether you're interested in planet formation.
Scientists believe there are many more planets like K2-18b. In the search for life beyond Earth, this is just the beginning. Helen Smith, Sky News.
Well, I'm joined now by Dr. Ingo Waldman, lecturer in extrasolar planets at University College London, co-author of the study. Well, is everyone getting very excited here about the possibility of life, or is this what we always hear when we find a planet like this?
Well, I mean, we've never really quite got as close as this one, so we are incredibly excited.
OK, so what's so different about this one?
Well, this one is the first atmosphere around a rocky planet, and so far we know 2 planets in our galaxy that are rocky and have an atmosphere that is potentially habitable with water inside them. The first one is our own Earth. The second one is K2-18b.
K2-18b, that's a catchy name. I wonder if there are inhabitants on K2-18b, what they call our dear planet, if they've managed to locate it. But quite seriously, I mean, we're always equating the life that might be out there with what exists on our planet. Could it be possibly on the evolutionary scale getting close to us?
Well, it might be. We don't know yet. We haven't discovered what we call biomarkers, the chemical signatures that life imparts on the atmosphere. We know that there's water, and then we know there's an atmosphere, and it's potentially habitable. But we don't know how a biosphere on a different planet like this will actually evolve. So we are very Earth-centric, right? We only have one example so far of life evolving, and it'd be interesting to see other planets. And
it is so very, very far away. How have you gathered the data?
Well, so we gathered the data with the Hubble Space Telescope. So we used archive data from the Hubble Space Telescope, and it's been observed through what's called a transit. When the planet goes in front of the star, some of that light, the stellar light, filters through the atmosphere. And it's 1 photon in 100,000, but it's enough for us to see the planetary signatures.
I can tell you genuinely are excited. I mean, given the size of the universe, potentially there are billions, trillions of planets like this, but it's just a matter of us here having the technology to identify them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So far we know of 4,000 exoplanets, but studies show that planet formation is standard with star formation. So every star is supposed to have a planetary system around it. So there could be literally billions of them out there.
OK, and imagining extraterrestrial life, and where do you stand on the Dr. Stephen Hawking dictum that if life from outside our planet should get in touch with us, we should hide, because they might treat us as cattle or something like that. They'd be far more advanced.
Well, I don't know whether I have an opinion on that. I'm not sure whether we will ever find intelligent life, but we might be able to find life in a primitive form, or at least signs of life in the next 10 or 20 years.
Dr. Valman, very good to see you. Thank you very much
Thank you very
indeed
much
for coming in here to Sky News tonight. Now,